spookiest time of the year, and this Halloween, what better way to spend it than learning about the history of all the haunted mansions all over the world. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this year for my Halloween special, I will be going in depth on every single haunted mansion from all over the world. We're talking the haunted mansion in Disneyland, the haunted mansion in Walt Disney World, the haunted mansion in Tokyo, Phantom Manor, what else? Mystic Manor. Those are all included, and I will be discussing secrets, details, history, everything behind all of these spooky attractions. This is gonna be a long one, so strap in. We are going to start with the OG, the original Haunted Mansion in Disneyland, California. Now, back before Disneyland was even built, Walt Disney had an idea for something called the Mickey Mouse Park, and in this Mickey Mouse Park there would be a main street. Coming off of this main street, there was a long, crooked, winding path that led up to an old, dilapidated house. This would become the inspiration for the haunted house, later known as the Haunted Mansion. Now, the original idea for the mansion in Mickey Mouse Park came from Imagineer Harper Goff. Walt Disney himself later assigned Imagineer Ken Anderson to build a story around Harper Goff's haunted house. Anderson then designed plans to build a New Orleans-themed land in a small transition area between Frontierland and Adventureland. Eventually, the designs evolved, and this whole New Orleans area was designed to have a thieves market, a pirate's wax museum, and then a haunted house walkthrough attraction. Ken Anderson designed a old, dilapidated Southern-style antebellum house to go in this New Orleans-style land. It was around this time that the first inklings of the combined John Lafayette overarching story of New Orleans Square was first put into production. As most of us are aware, though, sadly it never came to be. Walt Disney, however, did not like the idea of an old dilapidated house in his pristine, beautiful Disneyland park. Walt would later visit the Winchester Mystery Mansion in San Jose, and he was captivated by the massive mansion and its stairs to nowhere, doors that opened to walls and holes, and all of its elevators, especially the elevators. Meanwhile, back in Burbank, Ken Anderson was still coming up with ideas for the story of the attraction. One of these stories included the original story for the Haunted Mansion featuring Captain Gore, who was killed by his nosy bride and then hanged himself, which is admittedly pretty dark for a Disney attraction, but that is why we have a sailboat weather vane on top of the Disneyland mansion to this day. Another idea for the mansion was a spooky, ghostly wedding party featuring well-known Disney villains like Maleficent and Chernabog, which admittedly would be pretty cool, but I mean, what are they doing in New Orleans? It is from this point where Imagineers Rolly Crump, who I know personally, and Yale Gracie took over for Ken Anderson to write the story for the mansion. In 1961, they were handing out pamphlets announcing the 1963 opening of the Haunted Mansion. Construction began later that year, and the exterior was completed in 1963. But unfortunately, Disney was running behind schedule, and the interior was not finished. See, the reason the mansion was not completed was because the New York World's Fair in 1964 and 1965, Walt Disney took a major part in designing pavilions and attractions for the fair. And it is my personal opinion that if the fair had never happened, Walt Disney would have been able to see the Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean open in their full glory. By putting all his time into the fair, they didn't work on Pirates or the Haunted Mansion, and by the time they were done, Walt Disney was already gone. But there is a silver lining. Because of the World's Fair, they were able to advance audio animatronic technology further thanks to Mr. Lincoln. After the fair, many more Imagineers jumped on the train to help design the Haunted Mansion, including Mark Davis, Ex Atencio, and Claude Coates. These are all huge names if you know Imagineering. After Rolly showed Walt all of his designs for things like talking chairs, candlemen, coffin clocks, man-eating plants, tiki busts, and living gypsy wagons, Walt let Rolly work on a passion project of his called the Museum of the Weird. Now, the Museum of the Weird would be pretty much the same thing as the Blue Bayou, a restaurant tied to a certain attraction which guests could dine in and see different parts of the attraction as the guests rode by. The museum wouldn't be haunted per se, but it would have a lot of odd curiosities in it. Although this project was eventually shelved, some objects that were going to be in the Museum of the Weird eventually found their way into the Haunted Mansion and can still be seen there today, like this chair. Famously, Mark Davis and Claude Coates disagreed on whether the ride should be scary or funny in the classic Disney way. Eventually, they both got their way, with the beginning half up until the attic scene being relatively creepy, and the graveyard through the end of the attraction being really fun and Disney style. Me personally, I enjoy the creepy stuff. They designed many different audio animatronics for the attraction, especially for the graveyard scene. And with the audio animatronics added into the ride and problems with capacity and moving people through the actual attraction, the idea of a walkthrough style haunted house was scrapped, and they made it an Omnimover style attraction, kind of like Journey Through Inner Space. In fact, the Omnimover system was even better than the walkthrough. They could face the guests where they wanted them to face, and it would feel like you were more alone and isolated inside this haunted house. I think it was a good idea. The mansion opened to the public on August 12, 1969, and featured a character in it in the attic scene called the Hatbox Ghost, which was only there for the first few days of operation. It was taken out mysteriously later. No one knows where the original audio animatronic for the Hatbox Ghost is now. The attraction was a huge success and helped attract crowds to Disneyland after Walt Disney's death. The attraction stands there to this day and has the honor of being my official favorite attraction in any Disney park ever. So, congratulations, the Haunted Mansion. In October of 2001, Haunted Mansion Holiday premiered. It was a seasonal overlay featuring the characters from The Nightmare Before Christmas. It still goes to this day, and many fans enjoy it. I enjoy it, but not as much as the original mansion. And on April 10th, 2015, it was officially confirmed that the Haunted Mansion character, the Hatbox Ghost that had been lost since opening week, would be returning to the mansion. He's there today. Sometimes he works, sometimes he doesn't. Now, enough with all that history stuff. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, secrets, details, and a virtual walkthrough of the Haunted Mansion. Now, you start in front of the mansion at the gates. It is here you can see the corrupted elegance of the mansion. While in the queue, you pass through a pet cemetery and a human one, and then you enter the main foyer of the house. From the foyer, you enter the stretching room, each depicting a guest to the mansion as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. The room begins to stretch with the ghost host narrating the entire time, the paintings growing more and more macabre as they stretch. Suddenly the lights go out, lightning flashes, you look up and see the ghost host himself hanging from the rafters. Something falls down and slams into the floor, the lights come back on, and you continue your tour. That kinda rhymes. From there you pass into a hallway full of beautiful paintings, but every time the lightning flashes outside, they turn into grotesque, horrible versions of themselves. From there you pass some very mean, judgmental busts and enter your doom buggy, finally. It is here you begin your tour of the house, going through the hallways, seeing doors knocking on themselves, endless hallways with floating candelabras, a breathing door, a clock with only the number 13 on it, and a poor old corpse who can't escape his coffin. I mean, come on, someone let the poor guy out of there. He's been stuck for such a long time. It is from here you enter Madame Leota's chamber, Madame Leota being a disembodied head inside a crystal ball. Madame Leota wasn't always a disembodied head though. As you can see from her tombstone outside the mansion in Walt Disney World, she was once alive, actually, and was a gypsy woman and a fortune teller in New Orleans around the mansion. Madame Leota, of course, was voiced by the incomparable Eleanor Audley, who did the voice for Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty and the evil stepmother in Cinderella. Madame Leota's face, though, is not that of Eleanor Audley's, but is instead that of one Leota Toombs, who, obviously, the character is named after. Behind Madame Leota on the chair there was a crow perched. Now the crow was originally supposed to be the form the ghost host took as he toured you throughout the mansion. This idea was later scrapped and now it's just kind of a crow. But if you look out throughout the ride, you will see the crow appearing in multiple different spots. From Madame Leota's room, you travel to the ballroom, where ghosts engage in a nice afterlife party, and other ghosts decide to boogie down on the dance floor, while a ghost musician plays on the organ that was used in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. If you look really closely in the top right of the ballroom scene, you will see a spider on the spider web. Now the spider is made out of rubber, but the spider web was actually a crack in the glass used for the Pepper's ghost illusion. Someone shot the glass at one point, and the shatter marks look kinda like a spiderweb, so they decided to put a rubber spider on there instead of taking the entire glass panel out of the Haunted Mansion attraction, costing them a lot of money. So this was kind of the wise choice there. Just put a rubber spider on it. From here you go to the attic scene, where you will see lots of homages to the John Lafayette overarching theme I was talking about earlier, and you will come face to face with the beating heart bride Constance Hatchaway. After making it past Constance, you pass the good old Hatbox Ghost and descend into the graveyard. Look out for the crow at this point, because he's there. In the graveyard, it is even more of a party than it was inside. Ghosts are on a teeter-totter having tea, and look for the jumping ghosts behind the tombstones. Some of these were made from the same same mold as the original Hatbox Ghost's face was made from. You pass the singing busts and my favorite character in the graveyard, the Mummy. After this, you enter the mausoleum and meet the 3 hitchhiking ghosts, Phineas, Ezra, and Gus. They try to stow away with you, and you complete the attraction passing by Little Leota, a small version of the bride telling you to hurry back, and you exit into the blinding California sun. Now personally, the Disneyland version of the mansion is my favorite, although I will acknowledge that the graveyard scene does look better in Florida because the audio animatronics are better lit, but I do enjoy seeing the Hatbox Ghost and having the classic hitchhiking ghosts effect. It is from this point we hop all the way across the United States to Walt Disney World in Florida to talk about their mansion. Now, the mansion in Florida bears a striking difference from the mansion in California, namely the key in which the scary theme song is played. Did you notice that I changed it? Notice it's in a different key. Spooky, huh? Little known fact. Okay, you got me. Well, the key isn't the only thing that's different about the ride. Namely, the Haunted Mansion in Florida has 2 scenes that are absent in the Disneyland version. Of course, by this I mean the endless stairway and the library. Also, the Changing Portraits hallway is different in the Walt Disney World version because in Disneyland you're walking through that hallway, whereas in Walt Disney World you are riding your doom buggy down that hallway. The hitchhiking ghost animatronics at the end are different, and they have video effects instead of the animatronics that follow you home in your doom buggy at the end of the ride in the mausoleum. Now, the Walt Disney World mansion was there at Magic Kingdom since opening day. Now, here's an interesting little tidbit about the attraction. While they were building the Disneyland version, they were also building doubles of everything to put in the Walt Disney World version of the mansion. That way, when the mansion opened, all they would have to do was put everything in its place and everything would be good to go, minus the scene changes, obviously. They also got Paul Frees, the voice of the ghost host, to record additional audio for both the Grand Staircase and the library. Because of the ample room in the Magic Kingdom, they could build the ride however they wanted to without having to worry about the railroad berm like they did at the Disneyland mansion. The story between the 2 mansions is more or less the exact same. You're going on a tour led by the ghost host around the Haunted Mansion. Although Walt Disney World's version does include an interactive queue that Disneyland's version does not have. You can solve a murder mystery, push some books around, play some instruments, and there's a nice little reference to Captain Gore, the original antagonist or main character of the Disneyland mansion. Also, make sure to look at the ground for Constance Hatchaway's or the Ghost Bride's wedding ring. This originally was just a leftover support from a beam, but because guests spread the word that it looked like a wedding ring, it caught on and Imagineers made it an actual wedding ring. Now, how Constance Hatchaway ended up in the mansion is more or less unknown. We all know the story of Constance beheading her husband, but how she ended up in an antebellum house in the South or a Gothic house in the northeastern United States is completely unknown. The idea of the Ghost Bride, though, came from the original concept for the Haunted Mansion story featuring Captain Gore and, yes, his wife. Now, it wouldn't be a proper Halloween episode if we didn't get into some spooky urban legends and tales about the mansion, so I'm going to do just that. These stories are taken courtesy of doombuggies.net, the one-stop shop for every single piece of Haunted Mansion trivia you could ever want. The Man with the Cane. Now, this ghost story is specific to the mansion in Orlando. Cast members were told that a man with a cane would appear in an empty doom buggy in the load area late at night when ride operators were by themselves at the load position. For those of you who are not aware, the maids and servants who are in charge of making sure the guests get on board their doom buggies properly are alone for a little amount of time between the stretching rooms opening and closing. The guests come in waves, and between those waves, the cast members are completely alone with just their thoughts and the spooky organ music of the Haunted Mansion. It is said that during these times of silence and isolation, a man with a cane will appear in a doom buggy circling back around from the unloading area. The cast member would then phone the unloading operator, who would deny sending anybody through to the loading area. Of course, when the doom buggy came out on the other side of the attraction, it was completely empty. Needless to say, that cast member was very relieved when the stretching room doors opened and more guests came to greet them. But the question remains, who is this man? What was he doing on the attraction, and where did he go? You decide. When the mansion was first under development, Walt Disney decided that there would be no old gross trees and there would be no dilapidated mansion, and that everything would look pristine and new. He did not want any guest mistaking theming for mismanagement. He was famously quoted as saying, "We'll take care of the outside and let the ghosts take care of the inside." Now, if you look at either of the mansions today, more so the Walt Disney World version, you can see that this has kind of been done away with. The Walt Disney World mansion looks older, dirtier, and the trees have grown and crooked. Disneyland less so, but still a little bit more well-loved than it was on opening day. Now let me hear from you guys down in the comments below. Which mansion do you prefer if you have been on both of them? The Walt Disney World version of the Haunted Mansion or the Disneyland version of the Haunted Mansion? I would love to know where people sit when it comes to what the superior mansion is. And lastly, we cannot depart from our American mansions without mentioning a very spooky and common ghost story. It is more common than one would think for people to spread their loved ones' ashes in the attraction. Unfortunately for these grieving families though, the ashes are vacuumed up at the end of the day like any old dust would be. Sorry guys, it's just procedure. Now we go over the Atlantic Ocean to another very popular mansion. For those of you who have been on it, we can agree that Phantom Manor has a darker tone than the American mansions. When Imagineers were planning Euro Disneyland, now Disneyland Paris, they decided that certain staple attractions at both Disney parks in America would have to be changed in order to meet a European audience. Well, that, and they just wanted to shake things up a little bit. One of the attractions that they decided to redo was the Haunted Mansion, and this time, you can bet that they were going to have a cohesive story. Instead of tying into Liberty Square or New Orleans Square, this Haunted Mansion would tie into Frontierland and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The stories of these attractions would play off each other and intertwine. When looking for story influences, Imagineers turned to a classic French story, Le Fantôme de l'Opéra, or the Phantom of the Opera, as we Americans know it. They wanted a distressed woman and a phantom to be the two main characters in this brand new story that they were weaving. They also included many different European Gothic legends which were changed a little bit to fit the Western theming. The exterior of the house was modeled after the Victorian Second Empire, and it bears a very strong resemblance to the Psycho House, which it is not based on. Tony Baxter, who was the executive designer for Walt Disney Imagineering, wanted to expand on the story of the bride featured in both American mansions, even though this bride would be a different person. The specific building that Phantom Manor was based off of was called the Ward School in Virginia City, Nevada. When coming up with a name for the mansion, they could not use the classic Haunted Mansion name because it did not translate very well into French. They needed a title that translated the exact same into English as it did into French, and Phantom Manor is the one that they went with. The title, The Haunted Mansion, translates directly into French as Le Manoir Hanté, which translates back into English as The Haunted Manor, so those two different titles wouldn't work very well for Imagineering. They needed something that would translate to the exact same phrase in both English and French. The name Phantom Manor did exactly this, and also incorporated the new Phantom character into the title, so that didn't hurt either. Now, the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride and Phantom Manor at Disneyland Paris were both heavily inspired by the Western River Expedition, the proposed substitute to Pirates of the Caribbean at Walt Disney World. And if you ask me, I think they should have went with building the Western River Expedition over Pirates of the Caribbean. It would have been a lot better. The ride is structured almost the exact same as the American mansions, and I am going to do the virtual walkthrough tour right now. Originally, the mansions in America were designed to look clean and aesthetically pleasing. Phantom Manor, though, is designed to look clearly derelict and stands at the top of a hill looking over Big Thunder Mountain. Mansion's grounds are overgrown with weeds and dead vegetation. The plaque outside Phantom Manor states the title of the attraction and the phrase, "I shall not die completely," in Latin. In the queue, guests will pass by a gazebo with a tea set laid out. Originally, the cups and the tea set would move to emulate ghosts moving and drinking the tea. At night, the light in the gazebo flickers eerily. Inside the gazebo is also a music box that plays a small tune, which is also heard during Haunted Mansion Holiday at Disneyland. It's also the tune that I'm playing in the background right now. The guests then enter the ride through the front door, just like at Disneyland. It is from here where guests enter the foyer. It is a very dusty room with a chandelier and 2 mirrors and is lined with dark wooden paneling. The voice of the Phantom calls from the ceiling around the room, politely welcoming guests and telling them to listen to the legend of this house, inviting them to explore the manor further. Guests looking at the mirror will notice Melanie, the bride's face, fading in and out during the narration. It is from this foyer area guests enter the stretching room, or the portrait gallery as it is called in Phantom Manor. The gag and the effects in this room are very, if not exactly similar to the stretching rooms in the States. The 4 portraits all feature Melanie, and as the room appears to stretch, the portraits turn from happier into much more grim versions of themselves. It is here where one of the homages to the Haunted Mansion occurs. The Phantom will point out that this chamber has no windows and no doors, which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. Of course, there's always his way. When the lights go out and the lightning flashes, guests look up like they would in the Haunted Mansion and see Melanie's fiancé being hung by the Phantom. A secret door then opens and reveals a hallway lined with changing portraits. The portrait gallery in Phantom Manor is the same as the stretching room at Disneyland, where the floor is lowering itself, rather than the ceiling rising above you like in Walt Disney World. The changing portraits in the hallway after the portrait gallery are actually the exact same as the portraits in the American versions of the attraction, minus one. The one portrait that is Paris exclusive is a woman reclining onto a sofa and becoming a panther, beast, tiger, sort of. She becomes a monster. It is here where guests enter the loading area, which features a grand staircase leading to an upper floor. They can also see a ghostly, foggy...
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Well, everyone, I guess we can say, at long last, theory confirmed. That's me high-fiving myself. For those of you who've been sleeping under a rock for these past couple months, Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland has undergone a refurbishment. This, of course, is the exact same refurbishment that Walt Disney World's Pirates of the Caribbean got earlier this year. You know, it was the very controversial changing of the auction scene, and while I'm not going to get into that scene specifically when we're talking about this change today, I do want to quickly say that I think the scene looks really good. I think it's really well done. If we have to change the attraction, at least make it good, and it's good. So I'm satisfied. No, we will not be talking about the change of the auction scene. Instead, we are going to talk about a different part of the refurbishment. Today, I take you back to the 17th video I ever made on this channel, the 4 stories of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Alright, and we're going to stop right there. That is without a doubt the worst intro I've ever seen in my entire life. I apologize. I made you guys go through that. Alright, and we're going to on this channel the 4 stories of the Pirates of the Caribbean.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Alright, and we're going to stop right there. That is without a doubt the worst intro I've ever seen in my entire life. I apologize. I made you guys go through that. Okay, moving on. Now, there are many different theories on what the actual story to the Pirates of the Caribbean is. Is it a pirate's life in reverse? Is it the old guy at the very beginning remembering his life as a pirate? Or are we overthinking this whole thing? I don't know. But what I do know is that there is a sort of a cohesive story behind the attraction. So let's delve right into that, shall we? Now everybody close your eyes, okay? I'm trusting you guys. I can't see you, but everyone close your eyes, okay? You step into your boat. You go down that little ramp at the beginning and you're in the bayou. It's dark. You can't hear anything except for the crickets chirping. And then you hear it, and you see him. An old house and an old man on the porch. He is not playing a banjo, though. Where's the music coming from? Inside the cabin, perhaps? And then everything goes dark, and you fall down a magical portal into a cave full of skeletons and dead pirates. And then you keep going and find a ship battling. I'm not going to go through the whole attraction for you, okay? It's a pirate's life in reverse, is what some people say. It's a pirate's life in reverse. Now, upon watching that segment from the past, I realized I had such a way with words, but the key phrase we need to take away from that is, it's a pirate's life in reverse. Now, up until very recently, this was just a fan theory. Pirates of the Caribbean was regarded similar to the Haunted Mansion when it came to story. You went past several different show sequences and you understood what these scenes meant, but in terms of an overarching story over the entire attraction, overarching, there really wasn't one. That is to say, until Friday, June 8th of 2018, the day that will go down in infamy, the day that changed my life forever. You see, everybody, on that very fateful day, we were gifted with this video.
Walt Disney and his original Imagineers always mentored us to look for ways to enhance an attraction, keeping within the original intent, always within the storyline, but look at a way to plus it up every time we can have an opportunity. Pirates was written in 2 acts, so to speak. The first act is showing them after they passed away from greed, and the second act is told how they were in their living years, the lifestyle they lived, looking for treasure.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop her right there. Everybody, what we just saw and heard was confirmation that the Pirates' Life in Reverse theory is, in fact, canon. Now, for those of you who don't know what canon means, basically it just means that it actually happens in the story of the Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's not just made up fan conjecture. This actually happens, official, according to Disney. Now, the auction scene was not the only scene that they changed. They in fact changed the Davy Jones long dark tunnel into just a long dark tunnel without Davy Jones anymore, and they reintroduced the cursed treasured pirate, warning you to not touch the cursed treasure, that maybe you know too much. You know what I'm talking about? The old audio. Well, I guess the new old audio at this point. But before you leave the cave scene and enter the ship battle scene and the burning town scene, there's a very important transition. As you can see in this transition scene here, they make it perfectly clear that you are transitioning from a dead pirate to a living pirate, or pirates in this case. I may be wrong, in fact, I am most likely wrong, but this seems like a variant on the disappearing butterfly effect from the Journey into Imagination ride over at Epcot. And of course, there's a cute little octopus. I mean, just look at that guy, he's adorable. Now, this transition scene is very specific to Disneyland. With the Walt Disney World new changes to Pirates of the Caribbean, they didn't add anything extra besides the skull that flashes you before you go down the drop. This brand new change and brand new scene is specific only to Disneyland, and I feel like they did this for a reason, and that reason was to answer a lot of the questions and tie together the story of pirates. This one is meant to appease the people who visit Disneyland often, and this is a very popular theory about the attraction, and this just confirms it, and it also helps new guests experiencing the attraction for the first time understand the story a little better. I feel like this is a good direction for Disney to be taking right now. They're playing up the nostalgia factor with the old cave scene pre-2006 pirate change and the Hatbox Ghost returning to the Haunted Mansion. They're not only bringing back these old fan favorite characters or scenes, but they're also plussing them, making them better than what we remember them as or what we can only imagine them as. When it came to bringing back the Hatbox Ghost in the Haunted Mansion, not only did they bring back this fan favorite character, but they plussed it, made it better, the effect actually works, and the animatronic is amazing. With the new Pirates scene change, not only did they confirm a very popular theory, but they also added a brand new scene and a brand new octopus animatronic in order to illustrate that point, and I think that was just a great idea on Disney's part. Everyone, I have an announcement to make. The Hatbox Ghost and the Pirate Guy are no longer my favorite Disney park characters. That title now goes to the octopus from the new Pirates of the Caribbean scene. He is now my new official favorite Disney character of all time. But everyone, you all know I can gush about Disney all day. What do you guys think about this theory being confirmed officially by Disney? And what do you guys think about the new changes, not only to the tunnel and the new effect, but also to the auction scene? What do you guys think? Do you think they did it well? Do you think they could have done it better? Let me know down in those comments below. The main thing I take away from this is I'm very excited to see what Disney does in the future to their old classic attractions, because they didn't really remove anything from this attraction, minus, of course, the old auction scene and the Davy Jones waterfall, but they added new things to the attraction, which kind of plus the story, in my opinion. Of course, I'll always miss the old auction scene, and there's nothing that can quite replicate it because the attraction will never really be the same ever again, but I do think the new one's really well done. But I do think Disney should use this method going forward. Whenever they want to look towards the future, they should look for inspiration from their past. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video on the Pirates of the Caribbean changes and the theory that has been confirmed. You see, I said in that video that Disney should look for inspiration from their past, and I played a video from my past in order to help me explain the video that I'm making now. If you don't follow me on Twitter already, make sure to head over to my Twitter and take a look. I post a lot over there. Also, just another quick reminder that Patreon perks are back. If you want to pledge over on Patreon, even just $1 will get you access to early audio, and sometimes I'll do some giveaways over there just for patrons, so head over to the link in the description. I'm going to Disneyland this August, so it will help me pay for that trip and to make those videos in the park. Also, the Offhand Disney Discord and
Today we're soft drinking and hard thinking.
Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
Pop, soda, fizzy tickle tonic. No matter what you call it, chances are the place you're from has a signature soft drink, and whether it's herbaceous, fruititious, or sugaraceous, they're most likely all delicious.
But the question is, can we tell where a soda comes from just by tasting it? It's time for
where in the world do these international sodas come from?
Okay, so we're gonna be tasting sodas from around the world. Now, some of these sodas span borders as far as who drinks them, but we are gonna be guessing what country they are manufactured in, as well as enjoyed in, and we'll be making our guesses by gently tossing these darts at the map over there. Chase, just chill out, man. Just chill out. Chase is our resident cartographer. He is gonna measure the distance of each dart from the correct answer.
As always, whoever has the shortest total distance at the end of the game wins, and then the loser has to drink an egg cream soda made with actual raw eggs and GMM more. And now, Link, you actually won last time, which is unusual for this game. So we are re-leveling the playing field. There is no advantage other than the person in the last round who is losing at that time gets our famous 4-dart throw, which we call the fart, but because we're dealing with soda, we're gonna call it a burp.
Okay, Rhett, since you're taller on one leg than I am on two, you can go first.
Got it, that makes sense to me.
Now, before you throw, you should probably taste.
Oh, I don't need to taste, so yeah.
The beverage.
That should be part of this.
It's medicinal in a non-Dr. Pepperish way. I don't like Dr. Pepper, so
this is.
I'm saying I also don't like this, but for a different reason.
Yeah, and I don't like this as well.
What? It's.
Don't insult Dr. Pepper, man.
Is it licorice?
What I've noticed is that weird soda flavors don't always translate. Things you might like I like bacon. I don't like bacon soda.
But in the country you're throwing this at, it's not a weird soda. This is a normal soda. It's enjoyed and manufactured there.
Golly, oh man, I don't even have I have no point of reference for this. It feels like I should move all the way to the other side of the world. I'm like from Italy to the east. So I'm gonna aim at Iran.
Okay. The aftertaste is odd, isn't it?
Okay, all right.
You're pretty close to Iran. I just hope you're wrong. Yeah, I got nothing either on this one. I'm going for the middle of the board, but I don't think this is from Italy. Just to keep it close, going for Iran.
Okay, guys, this is Kinoto, the bitter herbal soda made from the fruit of the myrtle-leaved orange tree. That fruit also acts as a flavoring agent for many Amari liqueurs, including Campari, and overall is an incredibly popular flavor in Italy.
Italy!
Oh,
It
wow.
is an Italian Pellegrino flavor. Well, dang it. I should have gone with my first instinct to hedge my bets. Dang it, I'm falling behind.
Okay.
Rhett, you had 17, and Link, you had 26.
Ooh, 17's less than 26.
All right, here's a clearish one.
Oh, refreshing. Has a ginger ale smell to it.
Whoa.
Ginger ale smell.
It's really strong. I think it is ginger. It could be the strongest ginger ale I've ever tasted.
Where do they enjoy ginger?
Where does the ginger grow tall and go down strong?
Well, ginger's a root, so I don't think it grows tall at all.
Thank you. See,
But you know what?
You helped me out there.
But I do assume that there is a plant that is associated with it.
Yeah, man.
The ginger plant could grow tall.
The only thing I associate ginger with is tummy sickness.
Yeah, gastrointestinal help.
And that's global.
Yeah, everybody needs that.
I don't know
Where do they need it the
I'm
most?
gonna throw this thing. I'm feeling Estonia,
I'm always feeling Estonia.
but I think it's too cold for stuff to grow in the ground. I think we gotta be more, man.
Logic.
I'm actually feeling like this is India. They use ginger, right?
Yeah, ginger is pretty ubiquitous. You could close your eyes and throw it at the map.
I'm not. Oh,
Well,
man,
maybe in northern Russia.
I've lost my touch. Wait, where are you guessing? You can speak freely now that I've thrown the dart at absolutely nothing that's relevant to the board.
Again, ginger is enjoyed the world over. I most associate it with sushi though, because it is like the palate cleanser when you're eating sushi, which is in Japan.
Japan really commits you to the right side of the map. Go for it.
You're pretty close to Japan as well, so it's kind of a low-risk throw to go for Japan, because if it's right, it's right, and if it's wrong, we're both pretty wrong. So I'm gonna aim at Korea and hope I get a little to the west of Japan. Or south.
Okay, guys. This is ginger beer. And while many ginger beers from the US and UK use this country in their branding, DG ginger beer, which you just drank, is genuinely from the country that has been brewing the stuff since the 1500s. It's Jamaica.
Jamaica may have a wrong answer.
Me too, man.
Yeah, but you're
I'm
a
actually a little closer,
Yeah, I think
so-
you may have made up your distance there.
Yeah, Rhett, you had 72, and Link, you had 61.
Oh yeah, catching up on you.
It's Ecto Cooler.
I hope it is, man.
Whoa!
Bring it back, High C.
This has a very Melanie, you're watching.
This makes me think of
Yes.
Melanie.
It smells just like you, Melanie.
Wow, this is great, y'all. This is some good stuff. Ooh.
Really?
It's like carbonated, super sugary melon. What's the green melon called?
The green melon is called
Honeydew.
Look at us. Figuring out melons again.
All right, Rhett, you go first.
Okay. I know that melon-flavored things are big in the eastern part of the world. So, again, I'm thinking this is Japan, Malaysia, maybe. I don't know. Something about Malaysia is calling to me. Malaysia, Melanie.
Melon.
Melanie in Malaysia, if you're watching right now, this dart is for you. Oh, Japan!
Spanish!
Wait, I'm high and right today.
All right, Rhett, you're wrong. This is
Golly.
straight out of Mexico.
Oh, okay.
This is a Mexican bev.
Mexican Bev.
Now I'm taking a big
Mexican
risk.
Bev, if you're watching. Link's dart.
It's for you.
It's for you.
This is a big risk because
Mexican Bev
I'm
and
aiming at the opposite
Malaysian
end of
Melanie.
the map. Wow. See, because I think it's Mexico, I need to aim at the middle of the board because you're so far off. I need to be smart about this.
Well, I don't know. If you could secure a victory if it is Mexico. It'd be very difficult, even with a fart, to come back.
Matter of fact, because you're so far right, I'm gonna go there. But for the record, I think the answer is Mexico.
Why do you keep
I just
backing off, man?
because
you gotta
I wanted
have a
to stay
killer
close.
instinct.
I can't.
As a person
I don't.
who's won this game like 9 out of 10 times, you gotta have a killer instinct.
Fine,
man.
I'll
No, that doesn't count.
Okay. That was called Melon Creamy Soda, made with real evaporated skim milk and manufactured in a place with particular affinity for fruity sodas, from lychee to plum to banana to melon. That's Japan.
Okay, see? I don't need to have a killer instinct because I was really wrong.
Yeah, something.
You were,
my
and
soul.
you were so lucky.
My soul got pulled to Japan.
And you lucky duck.
I'm sorry, man. Did I actually hit the country?
No, Rhett, you had 2, and Link, you had 14.
That is a game changer.
Nobody's perfect, except Mexican Beverly.
Looks to be milk.
Oh,
Oh,
smell nasty.
I don't. Oh, woo!
Oh, you know what?
It's a fermented beverage.
I have intuition into this.
No.
No.
Now here's the thing.
Tastes like llama milk.
We went to there's like taco places here that, like, if you go into the fridge, you can get these things that look like milk and they're fermented, like fermented fizzy yogurt drinks in like taco shops, which makes me think
down the street.
Mexico. But for some reason, my soul is being pulled to Ghana.
My soul is pulled to Ghana. That should be like the tourism campaign for Ghana. Or somewhere in
Splitting the
middle of
difference.
sea. Now, Link, interestingly, you did pick up on the fact that we have enjoyed this beverage at a taco shop, but that's only because we're in the melting pot of Los Angeles. This is a Middle Eastern drink.
Is it?
Yes. This is almost assuredly from Iran.
Iran
Or Iran.
Iran. You gotta admit.
Iran. I say it like Bush.
And you say Bush like who?
Cheney.
Dated political references. Go for it.
Okay, I think it's Iran. Or India!
You hit the bullseye on India.
Okay, guys, here's the thing. You were both wrong because I was with you when we had that beverage, and it was next to a taco place in a Middle Eastern place.
Oh.
This is called Duh, a salty carbonated yogurt drink that was invented over 1,000 years ago in ancient Persia, and that you still might drink in modern Iran.
Yes.
Dang it, Rhett. Mint flavor.
So say I was wrong, but I was also
Yeah, I mean, you were right on the board, but like, you were wrong in real life, so I don't know.
Mint
I always
yogurt soda.
enjoyed it.
Rhett, you had 7. Link, you had 28.
Oh, that's more.
Another dark one?
Oh. Oh, wow.
It tastes like something you would marinate meat in.
You know what?
It's not bad, though, once you get used to
It
it.
smells like taco sauce.
Yes, it does.
It smells like taco sauce, like taco seasoning.
Remember that time we were in a Middle Eastern restaurant eating tacos?
Yeah.
I think this is Iran, too. Go for it.
It's a specific pepper that is in there that I've also smelled in Indian food. But my first instinct was taco sauce. I'm leaning towards Mexico or Peru, but I feel like it could be India.
I think you need to have that killer instinct for India.
Okay, Mexico it is.
I'm still within striking distance if you're right about India. And if I had killer instincts, I would go with India. But it tastes like a taco. Oh, gosh.
Well,
Such a weak thrower.
you're closer to
Darter.
the compass.
This is Hajuri Kashmira, a carbonated beverage suggested as a digestive drink flavored with jeera masala, an extremely common cumin-based spice mix
You should have
found
gone with it.
in India.
Dude, if you had just listened to me and had the killer instinct, you would have beat me, man.
Rhett, you had 59. Link, you had 63.
Ooh, you're now down by 35 centimeters.
I can still do this. That is a bright yellow.
Looks like Gatorade. Smells like bubble gum.
Yeah, it does, and it's very sweet and a bit refreshing. I've got my 4 darts here, my fart, which we're calling a burp for the soda.
Link, we'll let you go second so you can have every
advantage? Okay.
4 darts.
I'll
and
take
also, okay.
It's not an overtly distinct flavor, so to
I
me,
feel like
it's wide open.
I'm gonna put the pressure on you. I don't really have any insight as to where this would be from. So I'm gonna aim in the middle of the map.
Okay.
And make you make a very specific decision in order to win. So I'm just gonna go for Italy. Or somewhere in Africa.
So you got close to Ghana. I don't know. Here's the thing: is that I was thinking, I'm tasting Ghana
Tasting Ghana.
in a very good way. Unfortunately, you're so close to Ghana.
Yeah.
I would have to nail it. This could also be Peruvian. Why? I don't know. Everybody clear out. I want to give a good spray. I'm going to go this way so that I don't hit your camera, Kiko.
Okay.
Or you, Kiko.
So nice of you.
Whoa! Nice spread, Link.
Too low, though.
But that's the best fart
Could
we've ever seen.
Antarctica be the answer?
All right, guys, it comes down to this. This is Inca Cola, often described as having a bubblegum or vanilla flavor, but actually spiced with lemon verbena, a plant native to the area where this soda is considered a national treasure, Peru.
Peruvian.
Peru!
I don't know if I'm closer.
Well, you're closer, but you're not close enough. I don't believe.
Rhett, you had 25. Link, you had 21.
Link, you know what? It was a valiant effort, but unfortunately, that's just not going to do it. You got to have that killer instinct.
Half of the time.
That's right. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
You know what time it is.
I'm Kalyani from Mumbai, India, and the monument behind me is the Gateway of India. And now, it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
All right, click the top link to watch Link drink raw egg soda and goodness.
Today we make Jenga nasty.
Let's talk about that. Is that a 6-foot-long snake in your tank, or are you just happy to see me?
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
You may think that all we do around here is eat pig anus and wear women's jeans, and you'd be mostly correct. But listen, eating penis can be stressful, y'all.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Thankfully, some cool nerds over the University of Michigan have discovered that you can actually drastically reduce stress and anxiety by talking to yourself in third person. And of course, whenever scientists make a new discovery, it is our duty to double check their findings. And we're gonna do that in an experiment I like to call, today we're gonna stress you out, put your head inside a tank and fill it with stressful stuff that upsets you. Okay, Link, here's how this is gonna work. First of all, how do you normally deal with your stress?
Bite my fingernails.
Okay, right, I've seen that, but I've never heard you talk to yourself or talk to yourself in third person. But that's what you're gonna have to do. What we're gonna do
Because
is...
the scientists say that helps.
Yeah, drastically helps.
Link is listening.
My mom does this. I don't think I've ever heard her say Diane, but I've definitely heard her talk to herself, and maybe that's how she manages her stress.
That's
I always
cool.
thought it was weird, but now I'm believing in it.
No judgment.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to introduce 3 stressful situations to you.
No, I thought I was introducing them to you.
No,
Why-
no.
Why is this
I'm
the
the
arrangement?
scientist today.
Link is questioning set arrangements.
I'm the captain now. And what we're gonna do is put a heart rate monitor on you so we can get like a resting heart rate, where then we're gonna introduce the stressful thing, see if your stress goes up, and then you will begin talking to yourself to see if it comes down. So just if you wanna warm up a little bit, how are you gonna speak to yourself? Your name is Link, remember that.
Link is willing to do this for the sake of science.
Great.
But Link is not really excited about it.
All right, that's fine, Link.
Link is apprehensive.
Red is okay with that. Let's do it. Okay, so in order to register your stress, we have affixed a heart rate monitor to you. Show it to everybody.
There it
There you
is.
go, totally scientific.
These are not heart rate monitors.
No, those are nipples. But what we're gonna do is get your resting heart rate, which incidentally, I'm looking at it right now, and you're like just standing next to the tank, you're already at 120.
And
Now,
what was it earlier?
a second ago, he was just sitting there checking his email while we were setting the tank up, and it got down to 70. So I'm gonna call your resting heart rate 70. So you're like almost twice that already.
You said snake
Talk to
already,
yourself.
man.
Talk to yourself in a third person. Just go ahead, bring it down.
Link heard you say snake at the beginning of this episode, and now there's a box with a hole in it, obviously for my head.
It's dropping like a rock. Look at that 108.
Link is not happy about this.
Okay, I don't want to get into the experiment yet, but I have reasons to believe this is gonna work. Why don't you get into the tank?
You put me in here and you put a blindfold on me?
Yes, because we are going to be exploring your fear of the unknown. So you can't know what the unknown is, because then it's no longer unknown.
Well, at least I'm dressed up for the occasion.
So Link, I'm going to place something in here. You're not gonna know what it is.
A snake?
No, that's not happening yet. I can assure you of that.
Okay.
But it's something that you should be, or you would probably be afraid of if you could see it. And we're gonna see how it affects your stress level, and then I will instruct you to begin talking to yourself in the third person and see if it comes down, okay?
Okay.
All right, so now I am placing it in the tank. Okay, so your heart rate has gotten up to 120, and now I would like you to talk to yourself in the third person.
Link doesn't want to be here. Link is scared. Link felt something on his ear. Link knows it's over there, so he don't want to look over there. Link wants to wake up from a dream, because this is a dream. Link thinks this is a dream. Yes, he does. Link definitely thinks this is a dream.
Okay, listen, while you were talking, you went all the way down to 96, so you dropped from 120 to 96.
Link's feeling like he needs to talk to himself some more.
Now I'll take your blindfold off and show you what you were fearing. That's me.
Dang, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Scary?
not really.
Okay, Link, you have calmed down to 76, which is a great place. Now you're already at 77 just because I started talking to you. Now, you don't like germs, right?
No, I love germs. I collect them. No, I don't like germs.
Do you like the germs that come from your best friend's ear?
Is that where you keep your germs?
Oh. I got some.
Dang it.
Let's see what I got in this one. I've been saving up for a couple of days, too. Let me see if I can get some dark stuff. Oh, there we go.
Come on, man. There's
Now, okay, Obviously, you're uncomfortable. You just went to 110. Now, let the germ parade begin, and let's see how high we can get this.
I did not buy a ticket to the germ parade.
Well, you were attending it. That's Lizzie. You know her. She's brushing her teeth. That sounds fun. She's gonna do something with that toothbrush. That's Micah. He's flossing. Typically, you do flossing and brushing.
Man, there's lots of deep stuff in the germs.
Back up to 108.
The gums.
Oh, nasty floss. Just drop it in there. Get it close to him.
Oh, come on. Oh, man.
Okay. Ellie? Oh. Ellie's been having a bad week. You know that she's come down with something. She's gonna...
You're coughing and blowing into the same tissue? I can see the reflection in the thing there.
Yeah, she is. She is wearing some merch, though, so give her a break. All right, you're back up to 110.
Can I talk to myself yet?
Just wait 1 second. Chase has something he wants to offer you.
There's a little juice on that one.
Chase wore those over the last couple of days. And finally, Stevie has a very special present
gosh,
for you.
that stinks! Oh, it's Chase! Oh, seriously! Oh my gosh! What is on the sock?
Oh, you probably didn't know that Stevie wears a diaper.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That's what she has under that onesie.
That's
I wear it well, you know what I mean?
It better smell like pudding.
Wow, 118, Link. You're at 118. Now,
It's the socks that are getting me. I
Talk
don't
to
know what you
yourself.
put on the socks.
talk to yourself. Calm
Link
yourself
is not happy about the scent of that sock. Link wishes that he could breathe through his mouth, but then he would taste it. Link doesn't want to breathe through his nose or his mouth. Link's wondering if he can breathe through anything else. Link thinks fish
Yes.
can breathe through their anus.
Yes, he does. What else does Link think?
Is Link right about that?
You broke 100, 96, 93. Keep talking to yourself, Link. 92.
Can Link breathe through his anus? He's gonna try.
That's called farting.
He knows he can breathe out through his anus, but can he breathe in through his anus? Probably not, Link thinks.
Hey, man, you got all the way down to 92. It totally works.
Link is feeling like this is helping, but he's still tasting that sock.
Boy, it
Nasty.
stinks in there with Link. Ugh.
It does stink, doesn't
Yeah, it's
it?
horrible.
Link wants Red to agree that it stinks.
Yeah.
Link wants Red to get in here.
Rhett wants Link to move on to round 3. Okay, Link, this last part is going to be nothing new to you. You've had your head trapped in a snake tank before, but we
that was plenty.
we use garter snakes. Now we're going to use a slightly larger snake, a snake so large that it requires a handler. Christina, can you bring Triss out? Oh gosh.
Oh my crap! What the crap?
Okay, let's
What the snap?
let's set Triss. Now, what kind of Christina? What kind of snake is this?
She's a Colombian red-tailed boa.
Okay, Colombian.
So she's a squeezer.
She is a squeezer. She loves to hug.
Okay, so Christina, let's come up here.
She doesn't have arms.
Let's step onto the no, hey, Link.
How long is that thing? How long? It's taller than me.
Probably about 6 feet long right now.
Okay, so basically
Right now.
your
Is it
height.
gonna get longer?
Link's already at 126, 127, 129, 130. Get in there, Link. You gotta get. You're not even in
Well,
the
hold
tank
on.
yet.
Don't drop it yet, okay?
I will not.
I know I have to be on the head side. I'm gonna let you handle that.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, Christina, whenever you're ready.
Well, hold on. What about when I'm ready?
Link, you're as ready as you're ever gonna be. You're at 129.
Oh, can it feel the love? Can it smell me?
She absolutely can smell it.
She looks like she
Can
doesn't.
she hear me?
She looks like she doesn't want to be in there with you. She can smell your fear. Oh,
There we go.
135.
Oh, shoot. Bad words coming to mind. Gonna say
133. Let's see how high. 136. No. 137. Let's see if we can break 140. 140. Yeah. Okay.
This isn't an auction.
Okay, Link, you broke 140. Now begin talking to yourself.
Where is the head? Link wants to know where the head is. I want to know.
Is that okay what she's doing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. All she's doing, she's being very curious. She's checking
Link-
things out. She doesn't quite understand the concept
Yeah, Link
of a
doesn't
glass
understand
box,
the
so she's
concept
touching
either.
it with her body. She's touching it with her tongue.
Okay, Link, talk to yourself.
Link, it's slithering. Link hears slithering. Link sees a huge snake.
Red thinks Link is going to be choked.
Link has never wanted to put his head in a zoo exhibit. Link keeps hearing the snake going behind his head.
You're going back up to 140.
Well, that's because Link is scared.
Link 141 is not working
Link
for
is
this.
wondering what. What was that? What was that? Was that the head of the snake? Am I freaking the snake out because I'm freaking out?
No, you're doing entirely fine.
She's totally
the snake
fine.
Yeah, she's very relaxed. She'll
Link
come
is-
and she'll investigate you
see.
in just a little bit.
Here we go. There we go. Come on
Link-
around.
Link is keeping an eye on the head
She
of the
loves to
snake.
give kisses, so she might come and give you a kiss.
Please
Link,
do that.
Link feels snake on neck.
Does Link think everything is going to be okay?
Link thinks everything is gonna be okay.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
It's starting to get.
What is Link doing though?
Link is in a snake tank, but I'm not. I'm watching Link in a snake tank, because I'm not Link.
115. Keep talking to yourself, Link.
Link is doing a really good job.
Yeah, he is.
Link is being amazing, but I'm not Link. I just think he's doing great.
Now you're going back up.
Oh, Link is sweating. Oh, Link, poor Link. Link thinks Link is poor.
113.
Link.
111.
Link is going to his happy place. Link is thinking about his dog, Jade.
Oh.
Link loves his dog, Jade.
That thing would eat Jade so fast.
Link is the Serpent King.
Yes.
Link is the Serpent King.
Yes, he is. Red acknowledges the Serpent King.
And Link is me. I am Link, and I am the Serpent King. Link is the Serpent King. Link is me.
Don't say me. That's not third person.
Link is Link, and Link is the Serpent King.
Yep.
Link made friends with the snake in a tank. Link is pretty awesome.
Can we get the snake's head closer to Link's face?
Absolutely.
What? Link objects to said snake head movement.
This is all about science, Link.
Link was wondering, Link is wondering if the snake can smell his breath. Oh, Link is not happy.
Okay.
What are you doing? Link is wondering why the handler wrapped the snake more around Link's neck. Link is wondering what the handler has against Link.
It's going back up, Link.
Link is not happy. He is not cool with this. I can hear that snake hissing,
Sometimes
and so
it's
can
just their
Link.
way of breathing.
I can
Sometimes
hear-
they're very curious about stuff, and they'll make a little bit of a hiss, just a curious sound like,
Here we go. Here we go.
Link is making sweat spots under his arm, and he's making another spot in his britches. Don't come near me. Don't. Yeah, that's an unravel. Link is glad that snake has not constricted upon his neck. Link. All Link can say is Link. Link. Linky, Linkster.
It's working, Link.
The Linkster is in his happy place. Linkster's making it happen.
Link, you've gone all the way from over 140 to down below 100.
That's right, the Linkster is proud of himself, and he's not thinking about snakes.
Redster is proud of these scientists because, I don't think they even needed us to back them up, but it is true. Talking to yourself lowers stress and anxiety. We have proven it again here on Good Mythical Morning.
Where's the head?
Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Link knows what time it is.
I'm Devin.
I'm Corey. This is Belladonna. We're
from Clarksville, Tennessee, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
You know what also relieves stress? Buying a little.
Today we insult and injure each other.
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
Mythical Beast, when you ask us a question, it's like putting your hand on a hot stove top, and we are the answer burn that tells you, get your hand off the stove top! What are you doing? Pull it off! Your fingers are turning into crispy pork rinds!
Jay Dennison asks, apologizing always makes me feel good.
Yes?
What are some ways that I can create problems so I can, in turn, apologize for them? Great question. Well, the best way to set up an apology is to hurt someone, either physically or emotionally, and then turn around and apologize for it. And I know it sounds fun, but we're going to make it real fun, and it's real easy. It's time to play Adding Insult to Injury.
Okay, so this game is a lot like Jeopardy, except instead of earning money, we're gonna earn the right to injure our best friend and opponent. This is Red. And he's gonna be injured by me.
This is Link. He's going to be injured by me.
And we have a board.
And we
Check
also
it out.
have Alex. He's not quite Alex Trebek, but he is the only Alex that we have.
Now, as you can see, instead of dollar amounts, we have icons which represent injuries. The more injurious the injury, the tougher the question associated with it. Remember, answer in the form of a question, or you
What?
automatically have to be injured.
What should I do?
Alex, let's see what our categories are here.
Yeah. You have what goes up. This is about flight.
Flight-related questions.
Trivia about flight. And you have must come down. Get it? It's words that have down in them.
Answers with the word down.
Correct. And then we got,
Well, he has to reach.
and then you got
stretch.
feet. It's trivia about feet.
Oh, good.
So if I think you don't know anything about feet, I'm gonna go for the bomb, whatever that is.
And the last is Alex Trebek. It's trivia about my boy Alex Trebek.
Is he here?
No, I'm being told no.
Okay, that's fine, but you're here, and that's great. Okay, so the way we're gonna do this is I'm gonna go first, and when I pick a category and a spot on the board, I'm actually picking a question to ask you. And if you get it wrong, you are subjected to the punishment that whatever these symbols represent, and if you get it right, I have to get punished by it. So there's a little give and take.
And we are adding insults.
Yes.
So we're gonna pull out an insult before the injury is delivered. These insults have been written by the crew anonymously, so we will not fire any of them. We have not seen them.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get started with, in his honor, Alex Trebek. I don't know what the ear is, but I'm gonna go for that because I think that you haven't been paying attention as you've learned about Alex Trebek throughout the years. That's my theory.
Okay.
Oh, okay. The Wet Willie is on the line. Before Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones, Alex Trebek played one on the X-Files.
Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones played on the X-Files? What is an alien killing officer? What is a anti-alien agent?
We're going to have to go to the judges for this because the correct answer is who are the men in black?
I'm being told no.
That we're being told that is incorrect.
What? That is correct. I'm a little confused, but okay, whatever. So insult me and then stick your spitified finger in my ear. Good gracious. Are you fishing for something? Ew.
Link, your face looks like a hummus hoagie.
I've been told that before. Gosh, the sound of it. Okay.
That was nasty for me.
Dang, brother. Let's see. What goes up? This is flight related. Need to up the difficulty. So I'm going for the Lego, perhaps? I think that's a Lego. Or a castle?
I think it's a Lego.
I'm gonna throw a castle at you.
I'm gonna be pelted with a Lego.
Walk barefoot on Legos.
Oh, gosh.
Invented in 1783, its first passengers were a sheep, a duck, and a rooster.
1783. What is a hot air balloon?
That's right.
Yeah! Woo! I know about that flight! I know about that flight! Okay.
Thank you, man. So now I gotta take my...
I mean, there's a bunch of them in here. I feel like I gotta make like a little obstacle course.
I'm not doing both feet. Do I have to do both feet? All right. This is like, it's like walking on coals or something.
Okay. Let me insult you before you do this. Red is taller and better looking than you. That's me.
Speaking of yourself.
Wow,
in
who wrote
third
that?
person. All right. Here we go. That one was bogus. It didn't hurt me. I do this all the time. Going into my kids' room.
You do regular speed, man. Like it's nighttime and you're just having to walk.
It hurts.
It just kind of walk.
Look at
backwards.
that.
Oh, yeah.
It's stuck to the bottom of my feet.
And you just walk, take a seat. Just speed it up a little bit.
Okay. It's over. Look
you know
at
what? I feel great. Nothing's happened to me so far.
Yeah, I hate this game. All right, now it's my turn. I'm like, what? You're not in anything. It's my turn.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Right? It's my
It
turn.
is your
You
turn?
just asked me what goes up, and I got it right.
Oh, dang. Okay.
I'm going big, man. You know what? Let's just keep with the theme of what goes up must come down.
That's two different categories.
Yeah. What must come down? I'm on that. I moved to that. And I'm going all the way to the mousetrap. You're about to get mouse-trapped, Link.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's the daily double trouble.
He gets it twice.
I get to win twice. That's what happens.
No, it just means you both get hurt this time.
Oh, come on.
With no wager, no nothing?
Alex Trebek wouldn't do this, Alex.
But Alex Punch just did.
Okay.
It's a freaking mousetrap. What do you've got mice?
Is it loaded?
What the heck do you want us to do? Stick our freaking fingers in there?
Yeah. I'm gonna insult you first because I've been waiting for this.
Y'all are nuts, man.
The two fastest disappearing species on Earth are the ivory-billed woodpecker and Rhett's chin. Ooh!
That's pretty good. You'll notice that I didn't do ooh ha 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 after mine. I just let them stand like this one. Link looks like a backwoods Ira Glass.
Ooh! It's more satisfying when you do that.
Man, I don't think this is safe.
It's not safe for a mouse, I can tell you that definitively.
I feel like we should bring it back.
Let's put it back here.
Bring it back here.
And then, again, I'm going for the meaty.
Why don't you do it first? We'll see what happens.
Really?
You want to do it together?
Yeah. Daily double my foot. Covered in Lego.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Mine didn't hurt that bad. I like that better than Wet Willy. Feels like
I think it broke it.
Feels like my finger's asleep.
I think it broke my finger. I can't extend it.
Oh, that was scary, but it wasn't as bad
sucks.
as I thought it would be.
I'm never playing your Jeopardy again, Alex.
You know what? I'm gonna insult you one more time just because of that. Rhett is a doo-doo head.
Yeah, that's about right.
All
Okay.
right, so I get to choose now?
You get to choose.
Okay, I don't think you know much about feet. Well, since we haven't been to that category,
Okay.
I'm going to the W bomb.
Is this Wario's gonna make an appearance?
I don't know what this is. W bomb. If Rhett gets this wrong, what is it? Wasabi bomb.
Oh, okay. That'll be interesting.
A group of Irish scientists made this using human foot bacteria. It pairs well with bread and some toe jam.
We're talking about a cheese or a alcoholic drink of some kind. So I'm going to say